Protests have erupted at the national capital's Kerala Bhavan. This after an intervention by the Delhi police on a complaint that beef was being served at the restaurant at the Kerala Bhavan, something that the authorities at the Bhavan have stoutly denied. Beef is not allowed to be consumed or sold in the national capital. However, the beef fry on the menu was in fact a reference to buffalo meat, which is perfectly legally permissible. The police swoop down on Kerala Bhavan came after a complaint by the Hindu Sena, the same fringe group that was responsible for the violent ink attack on the Jammu and Kashmir independent member of the Legislative Assembly, Engineer Rashid. He, of course, had organized a beef party in Jammu and Kashmir, and when he brought the victims of the families who had been attacked by petrol bombs by cow vigilantes, he was smeared with oil and ink by this group, the Hindu Sena. Now, on a complaint of the same fringe group, the Hindu Sena, the Delhi police acted. Chief Minister of Kerala, Oommen Chandy, is up in arms. Other Chief Ministers, Arvind Kejriwal, Mamata Banerjee, have joined the chorus of protests, saying the Delhi police is not being the Delhi police, it's being like a food police that has in fact exceeded its brief. The Kerala Chief Minister has taken his complaint to the Prime Minister as well. Let's get a perspective from the police as to why this happened as this erupts into a major political battle. Joining us now is the Delhi Police Commissioner B.S. Bassi. Mr. Bassi, what was so important about this complaint that you felt the need to send a team of 20 of your men to the Kerala house? This when most ordinary citizens, if they call the police, will have to wait for a really long time to get the police to respond, for even one police officer to come. What was so important about this complaint?
You see, we received a PCR call that beef is being served at Kerala Bhavan. So, after getting this call, our officers were duty bound to go and make inquiries. For your information, under Delhi Agricultural Cattle Preservation Act 1994, certain agricultural cattle cannot be slaughtered. Similarly, possession of flesh of such cattle is prohibited in Delhi. Even cattle which are slaughtered outside Delhi, and possession of flesh of cattle slaughtered outside Delhi is even prohibited. And these cattle include cow, calf, bull and bullock. So, since this call was received, our officers went to Kerala Bhavan to make inquiries. When they found that nothing of this sort is happening there, then they advised the private security personnel of Kerala Bhavan to keep an eye for any mischief maker, because we have our experience that this sort of issue can create disturbances. That is why police arrangements were made at Kerala House, which continued for quite some time.
Yes. And
even now our watch by our beat patrolling staff is continuing. We don't want any problem to be created by any antisocial element at Kerala Bhavan.
But what about the groups like the Hindu Sena? I keep reminding you again and again that this is the fringe group that has turned violent. It continues to act with impunity. There has been no crackdown on it. What about, I mean, are they going to dictate eating choices, food choices, what we see, what we wear, how far does this go?
Not in Delhi, not in Delhi. They have not been able to take law in their own hand in Delhi. Whenever they have created any trouble, we have dealt with them as per the law of the land. I must repeat, we are committed to preserve the rule of law in Delhi. And just for information, if you can recall, a particular play, Pakistani play, which was enacted in some other place.
Yes, Gurgaon.
Some disturbance was caused.
Yes, in Gurgaon.
So, some disturbance was caused. It was enacted yesterday in Delhi. We made adequate arrangements, and enactment of this play passed off peacefully without any disturbance. I can assure every citizen of India as well as Delhi that Delhi police is committed to ensure safety and security of every citizen, and will ensure that no element creates any problem in the enjoyment of the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution in Delhi.
But Mr. Bassi, I must ask you to clarify. One, we know this was buffalo meat, it wasn't beef. So yet again, a rumor, a mischief-making rumor has led to a kind of environment of intimidation. What the Kerala Bhavan didn't do anything wrong. But secondly, there is a distinction between cow slaughter and consumption or possession of beef. And where does the law weigh in on that in Delhi?
You see, consumption is not illegal because the law doesn't say consumption, but law says possession. If you cannot possess, obviously you cannot consume, because it will not come from the thin air. For that you would need to first possess.
Mr. Bassi, could you not have consulted the officers, the resident commissioner of the Kerala Bhavan before your men entered to search the premises?
As far as my understanding of law is concerned, law has not been violated. In fact, action has been as per the law of the land. And if there is any apprehension of this sort, this is misconceived.
So you stand by your police action even though it seems punitive and excessive?
No, I stand by the law of the land. Go to the internet and download Delhi Agricultural Cattle Preservation Act 1994, and after reading that act, you also will be supporting the police action. I will urge you to read so that you can support the police action, which is absolutely legitimate in this case.
Thank you so much, Delhi's Police Commissioner, on the police's decision to respond to a complaint by the Hindu Sena that beef was being served at the Kerala Bhavan. So on now to our big debate on the buck stops here this evening. Did the Delhi police do its job, or did it in fact overreach and exceed its brief? Is it the Delhi police, or is it the beef police, the food police? And also, has this beef brigade now simply gone out of control? Are we now seeing a Mumbai-style hooliganism by one group that's able to exercise a veto power over individual choices? Kerala Bhavan, meanwhile, in a determined rebuttal, has said that buffalo meat will be back on the menu for lunch tomorrow. Let's introduce our panel this evening. From the Aam Aadmi Party, we're joined by its spokesperson Raghav Chadda. From the BJP, by Shazia Ilmi, senior leader of the party. From the Congress, Tom Vadakan, spokesperson of the party, is joining us. Justice Karju, a former Supreme Court judge who's been an outspoken votary that people should be allowed to eat beef if they want to, also with us on the program. Professor Rakesh Sinha, RSS ideologue and professor of history, also with us. But before we get started, let me get a few comments from Shashi Tharoor, Kerala members of parliament, of course, protesting. Shashi, how do you see what's playing out? The fact is that in Kerala, of course, beef is legal. In Delhi, it is not. But this was not beef. It was buffalo meat, but called beef fry. Beef is used as a catch-all phrase. Do you believe that when when the Delhi Police Commissioner makes the argument that he simply had to send his men because a law and order situation could have arisen, he has a point?
No, he doesn't have a point, because there are certain procedures. This is not a public commercial establishment. It's property of the state government. There is a resident commissioner whom the police should have contacted saying, we have a complaint in the police control room. Do you mind if we come and check it out? There's a controller of Kerala House who could have been notified. Nobody was told. 20 cops just march in as if the most important thing that 20 Delhi policemen have to do in Delhi is to see what people are eating in Kerala House, which is absolutely outrageous. On top of that, throughout in our country, the word beef doesn't only mean cow meat. It includes buffalo, it includes water buffalo, it includes ox, it includes bull. And the fact is that all of this is widely known, which is why the BJP itself has explained away the fact that under Mr. Modi, we have become the world's largest beef exporters, because they point out it's mainly these other kinds of meat.
Yes.
So they know all this. For them to overreact the way they did, Kerala House, being a government establishment, buys its meat from NDMC approved outlets. It doesn't buy anything illegal. It buys it from something that the New Delhi government essentially authorizes. Now, in these circumstances, this was a complete overreaction, because the instinct of the authorities in India today is to appease the worst elements of our society rather than to really stand up for individual freedoms.
What would you have
Shashi,
what would you have had the police do instead? What would you have wanted the police to do? Because the police commissioner argued with me in his interview that if a police control room gets a call and beef is illegal, both possession, and he means cow meat, possession and slaughter, then what should the police have done?
They should have telephoned the resident commissioner of Kerala House first, said, we've got such a complaint, is there any basis to it? The guy could have told them on the phone, look, when we say beef, we mean buffalo. We buy our meat from NDMC outlets. End of story. There would have been no need for all this drama. Even if they'd gone, instead of a raid with 20 police officers, if one police officer, with the permission of the commissioner, had gone to the kitchen to satisfy himself, that too could have been enough. But the fact is, you don't have a Delhi police establishment challenging the conduct of a state government. I mean, that is in and of itself constitutionally inappropriate. On top of that, what are the priorities of the Delhi police? I mean, for God's sake, what you're basically saying is that law and order is threatened by hooligans. Well, then take care of the hooligans. Don't go to a law-abiding state government.
Let me ask you a last question before I open this up for a debate. The fact is, it's got politicized. You've seen 3 chief ministers coming together, the chief minister of Kerala, Arvind Kejriwal, even Mamata Banerjee, jumping in, making this a debate about federalism. The fact is, the BJP turns and BJP supporters turn back, Shashi, and say that the Congress too has a sketchy record on upholding individual right to consume what you want to. And you know that, you have leaders like Digvijay saying taking credit for the Congress being the first among parties to actually ban cow slaughter in so many states. We do not actually hear enough Congress leaders making the point that this is an individual freedom. Instead, we see the Congress too play a version of what some call soft Hindutva.
Now look, I'm a vegetarian myself, and I have said all along that the beef ban / meat ban is not about beef or meat, it is about freedom. It's about your decision and my decision to eat what we choose to eat. I may be repelled by the idea of eating a dead animal. You may not be, but I don't challenge your right to do to put what you want to into your mouth. That's the fundament of our democracy. You speak about federalism. In our federal system, it varies from state to state. There are some states like Kerala, Bengal and Nagaland where neither cow slaughter nor the consumption of beef is illegal. There are states like Delhi where both the slaughter and the consumption of beef are illegal. And in that case, it cannot be done and the law must not be broken. In a federal system, each state is entitled to do that, and the Congress Party created a federal system in which that is possible. But the Congress Party still stands for freedom within the laws of each state. And at the same time, it stands for constitutional propriety, where certainly there should have been respect for the rights of a state bhavan in the national capital, and there should at least have been a polite inquiry instead of a raid. Let me add one more thing. This is reflective of a larger malaise. There is a climate of intolerance that is running rampant in this country today, which has unfortunately been condoned by the silence and acquiescence of the most highest powerful authorities in our country. They have allowed people to behave like this. The result is the international image of India is being sullied. You look at foreign coverage of India in the last month, it's all about this kind of thing, the lynchings, the killings of rationalists, the Dadri incident, and the beef bans. And today we have 50 African heads of state here in Delhi who all eat beef. What are they going to think when they see the news today? I have a Bangladeshi friend visiting me who says that pro-Indians like him are on the back foot. Are emboldened by the image of India they're reading in their newspapers and seeing in their media. There are much bigger things at stake, teasing a few Hindutva activists. And I beg the government to put the national interest first.
Okay, Shashi Tharoor, thank you so much. Let's open that up to the debate now, to the panel now. Shazia Ilmi, let me bring you in. This is seen not just as an independent decision by the police commissioner, but if you heard Shashi Tharoor, if you've heard the political reactions coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party, this is seen to be a BJP government decision. The police comes under the Home Ministry. Do you agree with what happened today?
No, I don't agree with what happened today, and Delhi Police might report to Ministry of Home Affairs, as you said, and as it reported to Ministry of Home Affairs under UPA earlier, and Delhi Police must answer for itself. I really feel we must reiterate again and again that we see red when we hear beef. Beef is exactly as Shashi Tharoor ji mentioned, is buffalo meat in India for Hindus and Muslims alike who eat meat. So first of all, let's make this very clear. In all this debate, something basic got lost. And for many, many days, we've been hearing about beef ban, beef ban. So beef in India is only and only buffalo meat or water buffalo meat. It is not cow meat.
No, in some states it is. In Kerala, in West Bengal under certain conditions, in northeastern states.
Hindus who eat meat, yes. But there is permission. But generally, Muslims respect the fact, and meat-eating Hindus respect the fact that it is a sacred animal and worshipped by Hindus, which is why there is absolute restraint where this is concerned.
So why did the police do what it did,
If
Shazia?
a member of Hindu Sena reads beef meat and beef curry, he can't get bent out of shape and call up. And I don't think Delhi police has any business acting with such alacrity that they have to go and raid the place. I'm also told that they've actually also imprisoned or caught hold of a Hindu Sena activist, which is a very good thing. So I think we should give them credit for these people for arresting them, because I think they must answer for themselves.
Okay, but you're
And I
not
will
defending
speak
you're
to
not
Delhi
defending
police.
what the Delhi
If Delhi
police did.
police has
Shazia,
indeed
you're
done
not
this,
defending.
this is
Shazia, you're saying the Delhi
absolutely-
police, you're agreeing even as a
No,
BJP
I'm
member
not.
that
I'm
the Delhi
not going to
police
do
was
that.
wrong.
I don't believe in it, and I will not do something.
Okay, Raghav Chadha, that kind of blunts your attack that you
Yes,
would have
cow
launched on the
slaughter is
BJP.
banned anyway in Delhi.
You see,
consumption
there are
is banned.
three things,
Neither
other
was
than
being
getting
done.
into the shouting
Every
match. There are three
time
things that
somebody
have
files a
become very
complaint,
clear
you have
from
to
this
see the
incident.
merits of the case.
One,
Okay.
may
You
I
just
please?
can't go
May
easily and raid an
May I
establishment
please,
which is
ma'am?
not even
Okay.
under-
Ma'am, may
Let
I?
me finish, you can speak.
Yes.
Let me finish, it takes a
So
minute.
it's the
So
anchor
there
who
is-
wants me
there
to
is-
speak,
let
Shazia
me
ji.
finish and you speak as much as you want. I will not speak
It's the
anything.
anchor who wants me to
Okay,
speak.
okay,
She's
let's move
posing a
on.
question.
Let's move
and
on.
I'm not speaking.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Shazia, complete your point, one sentence, and then I'll allow Raghav to speak. Complete your point.
Yes, all I'm saying is whenever there is a protocol for this, and even if there's a complaint by whoever, any party member, any non-party member, Hindu Sena, Muslim Sena, Sikh Sena, the Delhi police should at least look at the merits of the case, follow the protocol instead of raiding and offending the sensibilities.
Okay,
If
okay.
all this is about offending sensibilities and protecting them, then also let's respect the sensibilities of those of Kerala House jurisdiction.
So
And
I'm
the
glad to
people,
hear that
because
you're not
beef for
actually
them is
standing up.
buffalo meat.
I'm glad to
And
hear
it
that
is-
even if the okay now I have
Of course.
Okay, good for you. What does that do to the
So
Aam
there are
Aadmi
three-
formulation? Now let me couple a question here. Arvind Kejriwal just yesterday spoke about being a vegetarian, a believing Hindu who believes that the cow is
Who does not eat beef, who
he
does not
eat
eat-
beef,
who
and,
does
he
not eat
and
non-veg.
believes in the general Hindu beliefs that the cow is holy. That's what Arvind Kejriwal said. Today he has gone on Twitter and said that he strongly condemns what happens at Kerala Bhavan, and he's also suggested that will the police tomorrow start raiding chief ministers who may be eating beef.
First of
Let's
all-
say from Nagaland, for example, just to give you an example.
So Mr. Kejriwal in that public address said that I am a Hindu.
Yes.
I don't consume beef. I
Yes.
don't eat meat.
Yes.
But if somebody else is consuming a particular type of meat, I will not go and lynch him or ask the state instrumentalities to go and attack him. That
Yes.
is his exact statement. That's point number one. Point number two, a couple of things have become very clear after this incident. One is that the Delhi police is now behaving like a frontal organization of the RSS. It's more than
Of the RSS.
Of
You're
the RSS.
saying
It's
of
the
the RSS
agenda.
and not of the BJP,
It's the
because we
agenda.
heard the BJP
When you
spokesperson
speak of
actually saying the police should not have done what
when
they
you
did.
speak of, I don't know whether what she's saying is the official line of the BJP or not,
This is just politics.
but the BJP
This is just
is a
desperate
part of the
politics and
larger
nothing else.
RSS Sangh Parivar. So the police has lost all its impartiality and professionalism and has become a frontal organization for them. That's point number one. Point number two, the principles of federalism enshrined in our constitution have gone for a toss. Now here is a Kerala Bhavan, which is essentially an extension of the Kerala Secretariat, which enjoys the territorial jurisdiction of the state of Kerala, being raided by Delhi police for a crime, for an alleged crime which is essentially not a crime under the Kerala laws, the Delhi laws, or under the union government laws. That's point number one. Point number two is that it also shows us that who holds the remote in this government. The growing intolerance, whether it's about rationalists being killed, whether it's about jeans, mobile phones, beef, a particular type of food item being banned.
Give up. It's draw the yawn now. It's really nauseating.
Shazia
Your
ji,
politics, your standard lines.
May I
Give
please
it up.
complete?
Give
Did I
it up.
interrupt you? Ma'am, did I
Raghav,
interrupt you?
it's
Ma'am,
not an election
did I
thing.
interrupt you?
Give it
Did
up.
I interrupt you?
Give it up.
Okay, please,
Give it up.
please do not
Give it
interrupt
up.
me.
It draws a
The
yawn now.
problem is
It's a
that
yawn.
now people are
Yawn.
saying that the standard
YAWN
operating procedure
yawn.
of the Delhi
Same
police
difficulty
is that you
lines
pick
you
up the
keep
phone, give
giving.
them a
Same
call and say
verbosity.
somebody
Okay.
is insulting a holy animal and
Everything.
they will
What
come and
would
raid
you
you
have
with
had?
30
Let me ask you
people.
the same question I asked Shashi Tharoor. But B.S. Bassi said to me, if I get this call, what should I do? This is his argument. He says, one, beef is cow beef. We have to keep clarifying this. Is not legal. Neither he says
Yes.
neither its possession nor slaughter. Two, there could have been a law and order situation.
Okay.
What should I have done?
Okay, so first of all, he should have, number one, asked a food commissioner of the government of Delhi to come with him, or he should have reported this case to him, who is the right authority to look into food safety and all other
Okay.
issues. That's
Okay.
point number. Point number two, the meat that is procured by restaurants and bhavans like Kerala Bhavan is procured from an MCD run Ghazipur slaughterhouse, which is run by the BJP ruled MCD, in which buffalo slaughter is allowed.
Yes.
So he should have checked that. Number two,
okay,
as far as these people of Hindu Sena and their their phone calls to the Delhi police goes, why would he send 20 people when a Hindu Sena guy picks up the phone and phones him ki yahan par ye ho raha hai? Why would he send him? He sends them to go and raid and find out what is going on, and they're working at the behest.
The police has validated a fringe group like the Hindu Sena is your argument.
The police is pleasing the Saffron Brigade.
Rakesh Sinha, when Raghav Chadda, when the Aam Aadmi Party says that the remote control of is with the RSS, not even with the BJP, do you agree with what the police did today?
What I believe that we may disagree, we may have different interpretation of events and incidents, but we should be very, very careful while destabilizing the institutions. Delhi police or any other states government's police, army, judiciary, we should not make allegation that they are the frontal organization of the CPM or RSS like that, because these things create erosion of faith in the police or the
Do you agree with what happened today?
No, what I say, we are overreacting against the police.
We are overreacting.
We are overreacting.
We are overreacting.
No, yes,
it's not the police that overreacting.
Let me.
Okay.
The police got a call. Police got a call that there is a beef.
Yes.
Seeing the sensitive matter and the events which took place in Dadri and other places, it was duty of the police to take a preventive measure.
But Rakesh ji, it's not clear, and I asked Mr. Basi this. You see, if the police had given a statement saying that we will give protection to we are here to protect Kerala Bhavan, but they were treating the Kerala Bhavan people as the criminals. They did not send the police to protect the Kerala Bhavan from the Hindu Sena.
Because this will be half truth. Because I believe that if there is a procedural lapse, then police must be criticized. But as far as Kerala Bhavan and embassy, there is a difference between the jurisdiction of the embassies and jurisdiction of the Kerala Bhavan. They are not. We are not various nation states together.
Okay, I have to go to the other.
Second point. I am just telling that we should be happy that now after the long debate, some people have reached to the conclusion that instead of making halla bol, they are informing the police. No. This is a good trend.
You're saying that it's better the Hindu Sena calls the police than to go and put ink on somebody's
I'm
face.
neither legitimizing Hindu Sena nor I know that what is the Hindu Sena.
But if someone, who is the Sena that claims to speak on behalf of
I don't know which Sena is that. This is little pad organization.
Does it have any connection with the larger
No connection. I don't know. First time I heard something like Hindu Sena.
Okay, I have to go to Justice Kaju.
Justice Kaju. Since Sena Saab is talking about the Delhi police, let me just share some statistics. Since the time Mr. Basi has assumed office, crimes in Delhi have gone up by a whopping 100% and crimes against women have gone up by a whopping 30%. These are the NCRB figures. 6 women are molested, 6 are raped, 14 are molested daily in Delhi. Instead of tackling the law and order crisis, the complete law and order collapse in Delhi, Mr. Basi and his police are more than happy to work at the whims and fancies of these fringe groups.
But he's arguing that it could have become a law and order situation. Justice Kaju,
This could have been
Justice Kaju. Okay, please let me get other people. Please let me get other people. But he did not. It's not clear that the police was. I think what's bothering Delhiites, Rakesh ji, is that it seems that the police approach was punitive, not protective.
Look at the conduct of the police.
Now, Justice Kaju, what you want. Let the right to eat beef, if a Hindu should so want, is clearly not going to happen in this country. That has to be said. It's quite clear. But now even buffalo meat, there is an environment of intimidation even around that. What do you make of today's events, Justice Kaju?
I think none of your panelists have even bothered to read the Delhi Agricultural Cattle Preservation Act 1994.
No, we have read it.
I may just read section 11 of the Act.
Yes.
There's been a
Permit me to speak, for God's sake.
94
Section 11 says that for the purpose of enforcing the provisions of this Act, the competent authority or the veterinary officer in writing in this behalf shall have power to enter and inspect any premises where he has reason to believe that an offence under this Act has been or is being or is likely to be committed.
Yes.
So only 2 authorities had the right to enter Kerala guest house.
Yes.
The competent authority, who is the Director Animal Husbandry, Government of Delhi, and the veterinary officer, who is an officer appointed by the Director Animal Husbandry.
Exactly.
Police had no right to enter into the Kerala guest house. Legally, under Section 11, only two authorities have the right to enter into any premises where it is believed that some of the provisions of this DACP Act are being flouted.
Yes.
You see, under the general law, police can enter into any premises if the police gets information that a murder has been committed or robbery or rape has been committed. It can, but that is the general law. Here, this DACP Act is a special law, and special overrides the general. That is well settled in law. So the police had Delhi police had no right to enter into Kerala guest house. They could have at most gone to the director animal husbandry or the veterinary officer appointed by the director.
But Justice Kaju, fine point taken.
Asked him to come.
But that is a procedural argument. The point is, are we now going to live in India where, you know, all the menus in India, beef is used as a kind of catch-all phrase even for buffalo meat. Now there may be many more menus, many more restaurants which say beef fry. Are we going to have this so-called Hindu Sena complaining to the police every day? Ab yahan jaiye. What kind of city are we becoming? What kind of country are we becoming?
See, Hindu Sena had the right to inform the police. Anybody has a right to inform police. But what I am informed, that Hindu Sena barged into the Kerala guest house and created a ruckus there. You cannot enter into anybody's premises with the permission of the owner or occupant. It is criminal trespass. If this is correct that Hindu Sena people barged into the Kerala guest house,
they went in
have
with the
committed
police.
a crime.
They went in with the police, and you're saying they had no business to do that.
They can't go with the police. No, listen, first of all, even the police could not go because, as I said, only the competent authority and the veterinary officer can go. And secondly, supposing the police could go, these people had no, you can't enter into anybody's house without the permission of the person. Can anybody enter into Barkha's house without Barkha's permission?
I asked the commissioner this. I asked the commissioner this, and he said to me that if there was a complaint that I was eating beef in my house, he could send a police team to my house. I asked him exactly this. Tom Martin, Kerala.
Then I'm sorry, the commissioner has not read Section 11.
Okay, I will make him read it.
Please read Section 11 of the DACP Act.
Okay.
See, the whole problem is none of you have even read the law.
No, we
let's move on. Nobody has read Section 11. All right, then read Section 11.
Okay, sir.
Who can enter into any premises
I have to move
where
on.
it is alleged some offences?
Tom Badikan, the Kerala MPs are protesting. Buffalo meat is back on the menu tomorrow. But this politicization, Mamta Banerjee, Arvind Kejriwal, Kerala Chief Minister, all coming together, it's become a Chief Ministers versus Delhi police thing. Is this also not contributing to the politicization of this beef debate?
Barka, what do you do under circumstances like this? These are accentuating circumstances.
Yes.
You have a bhavan raided by 20 policemen and these fringe elements together. Now the whole issue, who stays in this Kerala bhavan? Elected representatives, governors, chief minister. You have created a security situation there, whereas VIPs in sense elected representatives stay there. Now you would like to enter into their canteen. You suspect something is being eaten. Okay, somebody is for a minute somebody is eating something. It could be chicken also. Now these chaps have no way to distinguish what meat is being eaten. Suppose somebody is eating keema. Now will the chief minister, will the police commissioner conduct a DNA test and put the gentleman in jail? The issue is a fundamental right that is, and what is he trying to prevent? What is he saying? That he wants to prevent a Dadri-like situation in Delhi?
That is a suggestion.
Now, if you eat that meat, if these fringe elements come and lynch that man, kill him, your basic fundamental right, it's not about meat, but the right to live.
The question that I put to Shashi, I will put to you also. The argument against the Congress by BJP supporters is that you're hypocritical, that when the Commonwealth Games happened and athletes from other countries wanted to eat beef, eventually Sheila Dikshit said, okay, organizing committee will decide. Organizing committee decided no beef. So the Congress is also ambivalent. It does not stand by the right to eat whatever you want as a right of individual liberty, personal liberty.
Haven't we been practitioners of fundamental rights? An individual has a right. Individual right.
Where does the Aam Aadmi Party stand? Where does
individual right?
I think the Chief Minister in that remark made it amply clear that just because we don't consume a particular type of meat, it does not mean that we will do away with the social, secular and the liberal values and go and attack somebody. I think it's inhuman. Point number one. Point number two, this event happened in NDMC area, VIP area of Delhi, where the embassies are there, where the Prime Minister stays, where the Parliament, Rashtrapati Bhavan. If tomorrow, if the British High Commissioner is consuming something which the Delhi police or the BJP or the RSS does not like, does it mean that they will go and forget the diplomatic crisis?
Let me put this to Rakesh Sena and Shazia.
One more.
Rakesh ji, tomorrow.
That's an important question.
The fundamental point is that why is this happening in this country? Why this atmosphere of intolerance? For the first time, we have seen, in a very rare occasion, that the president has spoken about it twice.
Yes.
The vice president Hamid Ansari ji has spoken about it once.
Yeah.
It's a very rare show where the prime minister, the president,
So let me
and
get
the vice president
Rakesh
speak.
Sena and Shazia Ilmi. Let me get them to respond. Rakesh Sena. Shashi Tharoor made the point of heads of state in Delhi today. Many of them do eat beef. Are these the headlines this country needs? Is this where the Delhi police's attention should be?
Barkha, I am surprised that some people connecting every incident with the RSS. I told you that Hindu Sena has nothing to do with the RSS, number one. Number two,
do you disassociate yourself officially, because sometimes they offer statements of support to the BJP and the RSS,
I am quoting RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat ji. He categorically said that let me complete. Merely law will is not sufficient. You have to create a social awareness for the cow protection. That means a dialogue, debate, discourse, and the contact with the people.
Yes.
That is a democracy.
So do you disagree with what the police did today?
I believe that there is a procedural lapse.
You believe that?
Oh, definitely. But at the same time, given the condition, as they are projecting that there is a growing intolerance in the nation, and I believe that I can read Hanuman Chalisa in front of the Jama Masjid, and anybody, and you see the people are offering namaz in the college premises during the day hour on airport. Where is intolerance? There are certain incidents that these incidents took place even 10 years ago.
Rakesh, I want to tell you a story.
Barkha, one line. There is a collision between certain kind of Indian intellectuals and also the intellectuals, European intellectuals. They are projecting India's image by
any intellectual want to do that?
No, by exaggerating, because they are against RSS ideology. They are against Narendra Modi government. So they want to portray Narendra Modi in such a way.
Okay, Shazia Ilmi, I was arguing with. I have a question for you, Shazia. Shazia, I was arguing with friends from Mumbai that you can't even call your city Bombay. You live in a city where the Shiv Sena exercises a veto right on what you should eat, what you should see, what language you should speak in. हमारा दिल्ली ऐसा नहीं है, पर आज हमारा दिल्ली भी वैसा ही हो गया. Shazia?
If you cater to the fringe elements of the society and not allow law and order machinery to function, or the law and order machinery to be strong enough to ensure individual freedom and the rule of law. I heard Mr. Karju made a very important point. Now see, this is such an important point. I wish I would listen to the rule of law, I would listen to the voice of reason, I would listen to my constitution, my subjective biases aside. So I don't know what Hindu Sena is all about.
Yeah.
I'm glad the RSS spokesperson has made it amply clear it has nothing to do with RSS.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I would like to appeal to everybody in the political spectrum, social spectrum, and even in media, not to just jump at at an event, just to clutch and to make sure there is some kind of vilification done about a party or demonization.
Let me get Tom to react to that. Tom.
It's nice, Elmi, to preach. It's nice to preach. But Elmi, the Home Minister should take cognizance of it. 20 policemen jump on to a Bhavan. Tomorrow it will be Nagaland Bhavan. Tomorrow it will be an embassy. Tomorrow British school.
The Urban Development Minister and the Home Minister and the Prime Minister.
You listen to people, but you don't act, Elmi.
Unequivocally.
It's an unusual situation that's prevailing in this country.
And what you did to Salman Rushdie also.
Yes, all intolerance, all parties have failed.
Hindu he is, and why Digvijay Singh is doing it, we all know that.
Okay.
So that's why
I
think
think
all members of the political spectrum.
This incident that happened
So,
yesterday.
sir,
May I, madam, please? May I, madam?
Okay, last comment from everybody.
I think yesterday's incident has only proved that Arun Shoury's statement was right. The BJP government is essentially a Congress government plus a cow. That's point number one. Point number two. Why does this happen? Why are things like
One at a time. Raghav, quickly, last comment
as
from
far as the
everybody.
Hindu
now.
Sena
The
goes,
others
as
jumped
far as
in.
the Hindu
I was
Sena
speaking at
goes,
that point of time.
the Hindu Sena guys, the organizers, the promoters are often seen with the Prime Minister, and they upload their pictures on social media with the Prime Minister. So I don't know where do they exactly stand, whether it's an affiliate of the BJP or
The
the
pictures of
RSS.
Arvind
That's for
Kejriwal
them to
also
look
with the
at.
Prime
Point number one.
Minister.
Point number two.
Arvind,
You
the
see,
pictures
why
of
does
Arvind
this
Kejriwal
happen?
also with the Prime
This
Minister.
happens because they enjoy the patronage and
Of
they
whom?
enjoy the
Of whom?
patronage
Of
of
I mean,
the
this-
political executive, of those who are running the show in the country, those who are at the helm of affairs. And it is because that the patronage emanates from the center that they have the ability to conduct such activities and have the ability
Okay, Justice
to hold
Karjo,
their
Justice
heads
Karjo, and then
high
Rakesh
up in
Sena-
the sky and say, yes,
Justice
we have done it.
Karjo, who do you blame for what's happened today, since you believe the police overreach? Even Shazia Ilmi and Rakesh Sena are saying this was a procedural lapse. But Mr. Bassi has defended it staunchly.
No, there is no question of defending it. You have to see that, go by the law. See,
Yes.
I myself am against these beef bans and all that, but
Yes.
then the law has to be followed.
Yes.
There is this Delhi Agricultural Cattle Preservation Act.
Yes.
But Section 11 of the Act says that only the Director Animal Husbandry or the veterinary officer appointed by him can enter into any premises where
Yes.
there is allegation of violation of this Act.
Yes.
See, if there, supposing there is a allegation of a murder committed in the Kerala guest house,
Yes.
then the police can enter. You
Yes.
know, Kerala guest house is not foreign territory.
Yeah.
Police can enter the Kerala guest house if a murder or robbery
Yes,
or
but not in
rape
this
is
case.
committed.
Yes.
there. But that is a general law. But when there is a special law, the special overrides the general.
Okay,
Then
so-
the general law does not apply.
Shazia-
and here the
Shazia-
special law only authorizes the Director Animal Husbandry and veterinary officer to enter
Got that
into a
off the
premises
Delhi government,
where there is
of the Delhi
allegation
government.
of
And when
this
you meet the police
beef.
commissioner next time, ask him, it was none other than MOS Home Rijuju who said that I will consume beef, I will
He did
eat
say
beef.
that.
Let's see who can take action against me.
I'm surprised. Aam Aadmi Party, which has become a allegation party, is always defending the eating of beef. Rather,
We are not defending
they
them.
have not.
You have to demarcate what
let
you're
me
saying.
complete.
We
No, I have not
we are
intervened.
defending
Now this is my turn.
We are defending the social, secular, liberal values of
No,
this
no,
country.
so-
We are not defending this.
Kindly
Do not try
don't
to
use
shift,
jargon.
do not
Be in reality.
obfuscate the issue.
Just
It's not about beef
let me
eating.
say, they have not issued any statement, and Arvind Kejriwal has not tweeted on beef festival, condemning the beef festival, which is provocating.
But
In
there's no beef
Kerala,
festival in Delhi.
in Kerala,
But
oh,
there's no
let me,
beef festival
in
in
Kerala,
Delhi.
Student Federation of Arvind Kejriwal is going Uttar Pradesh. Arvind Kejriwal going
The Prime
West
Minister
Bengal.
is not
He's
speaking.
aspiring to be the
The Prime
prime.
Minister who tweets on everything does not
He's an
want to say
ambitious
anything
leader.
else.
He's an ambitious leader, and
He's a
what I'm
popular
telling you,
leader. He's a charismatic leader.
he may be a lord for you, but not for the country.
He is a
And-
charismatic
oh,
leader.
oh,
Okay, what's your point?
let me complete.
I have to Tom, last comment.
We have cultural democracy in India. We have not only political democracy. We should follow the cultural democracy, and we should respect
But
this.
what do you want Arvind Kejriwal to say?
No, Arvind Kejriwal should condemn the beef festivals in Kerala.
But then
He
shouldn't
should
the Prime Minister
tweet.
condemn
I will
anything in
expect
that
today.
way?
I will expect
The Prime
today
Minister
night.
wants to
He's,
say
I
something.
will expect. I will expect from
unequivocally
Arvind Kejriwal
condemn
today
every
night
act that is illegal.
that he should tweet against the
this is
beef
politics.
festival in
This is
Kerala, which is
not
provocating.
Arvind
He's
Kejriwal
challenging the law and order situation, challenging the cultural democracy.
Vegetarian at this point of time.
I'm really out of time. Shazia, complete your sentence. One sentence, then Tom. I'm out of time. Shazia, one sentence. Go ahead.
No, so that's a larger point I want to make. It's the kind of India we want. We can start by our own biases and our reasoning as to why we should attack a party or not, or we can just see empirical evidence for what it is.
Okay.
Learn to sift and sieve
I have
and
to
learn to
Tom.
coexist. We don't have any other
noticed
choice.
there was it's not a slip of tongue. The mention of the beef party or whatever that was going on in Kerala.
Yeah.
The subplot, Barka, is elections in Kerala. This is a plot executed with precision.
But do you agree with beef parties and beef festivals?
What I
You
agree
support
on,
beef festivals?
The point is,
He's
this is
supporting beef
aimed,
festival. Basically,
this
he's
is
supporting.
aimed at creating a rift in Kerala's
Last
electorate.
comment. I really have to
As
end.
far as my party goes and far as my leader goes, if there is an act that is illegal,
It's selective,
if there
right?
is
As
an
far as
act
your
that
party
is
goes,
illegal that
Raghav
is being
Chadha,
committed,
it's
we
very
will be the
selective.
first ones
It's
to
very
stand up and say
convenient.
this
What
is wrong.
about Gajendra Singh?
But
He
the
committed
fact
suicide.
is,
What
look at
about
the
Gajendra
reports.
Singh?
Look at the
Convenience
reports.
for
The
Aam
medical
Aadmi
reports
Party.
say
I have to
otherwise.
end.
Now the
commit
fact
I have to
is,
end.
let me
I have
just
to end.
come
I
back.
Aam
really
Aadmi
have to
Party,
end.
Aam Aadmi Party
the Prime-
survives only
Sir,
on the
come
basis of
on,
allegations.
come on,
Okay,
sir.
okay, we're going off topic.
See what
We're
your
going
fringe
off
elements
topic.
are doing.
Raghav, you
See
have
what
10
your fringe
seconds.
elements have done to
Raghav.
my country. You guys are ruining my country. This is what your organization and your affiliates
I'll
are
allow
doing.
you 10 seconds there.
I believe that we have a culture democracy. We should protect our culture democracy anyway.
But
by
we don't
discourse
always
and
agree
democracy.
on who
We
defines
also,
what the
Aam
culture
Aadmi
is,
Party
Rakesh
should,
ji.
Aam Aadmi Party should pay heed to Mohan Bhagwat's appeal that it should be
Yeah,
cultural
yeah, for the
awareness and
reservations
social
to go
awareness.
away.
Social awareness. And I think
I
Aam
will leave it
Aam
there.
Admi Party
I
should
will
be a
leave
very
it there, but I
responsible
will
party
say
rather
that
than
Rakesh
making
ji,
Delhi
allegations.
police, not Aam Aadmi
I
Party.
will
Why are you so obsessed with Aam Aadmi Party?
I will say that if we are going to become a city where hooligan groups who are known for their violence, who have no political context, nobody seems to know who this Hindu Sena is, you are saying it's not with the RSS or the BJP, why is it able to exercise the decision of the Delhi police? That is a question we leave you with today. Thank you so much to our panel. We're taking a quick break. Then to the other battleground, from Delhi to Bihar, my personal journey through the heartland of Bihar to bring you vignettes from the election campaign. In villages like this one across Bihar, there seems to be agreement over one thing, that Nitish Kumar has done good work as Chief Minister. To that extent, the anti-incumbency factor isn't a factor at all in this election. What there is less agreement on, however, is whether Nitish coming together with his once sworn enemy, Lalu Prasad Yadav, is something that will hurt him or help him. As you exit the city of Patna on National Highway 30, images of the Prime Minister mark the road with more frequency than milestones. It's a sign of why this election has become a prestige battle for the BJP. Every now and then, yellow and green break through the flood of saffron. In an election where it's sometimes said that Nitish has done a Modi on Modi by positioning himself as the central issue, the clash is clearly between these two men, men with a long history of personal enmity.
बहती हवा सा था वो, गुजरात से आया था वो, काला धन लाने वाला था वो, कहां गया उसे ढूंढो।
ये थ्री पार्टनर थे ये तो पता था, लेकिन उनको ढूंढ ढांढ करके अगर कविता की पैरोडी करने का मन कर गया तो भी थ्री इडियट वाला कर गया, थ्री इडियट वाला कर गया।
We leave the city behind, stepping off the highway onto narrow interior roads, past small hutments where women and young girls are busy making clay diyas for Diwali. The Bihar Chief Minister's program to supply bicycles to young girls to encourage them to reach school easily and not give up on education has made him a clear favourite with them, even if sometimes they aren't old enough to vote. In this potter's home, the women and daughters smile shyly and say that Nitish is their politician of preference, till the men of the house arrive and declare that their vote has always gone to the BJP. The wheels of politics spin in interesting and unpredictable ways. Time has raced past the political low that Nitish Kumar faced in the Lok Sabha elections of 2014, when the Modi wave swept Bihar, leaving the JDU with a paltry 2 seats. Today, however, even the BJP privately admits that the contest is looking tough. Over litti chokha, the traditional Bihar dish made from wheat and sattu balls filled with spices, we talk to a cross-section of people. Arguments fly thick and fast, but the one thing that most agree on is that Nitish Kumar's record as Chief Minister has been good for Bihar. क्या लगता है किसकी जीत होगी?
चुनाव में तो लालू नीतीश के हैं।
आपको लगता है लालू नीतीश की?
जी हाँ।
अच्छा, लेकिन पहले तो इन दोनों की बिल्कुल नहीं बनती
जी
थी।
नहीं।
अब ये इकट्ठे आ गए हैं।
हाँ।
तो लोग क्या मानेंगे इस बात को?
अकेला था तो बढ़िया था।
अकेला था तो बेटर था।
हाँ।
अच्छा, लेकिन फिर भी वोट उन्हीं को देंगे।
हाँ।
आपको क्या लगता है किसका सरकार बनने वाला है?
हमको तो लग रहा है कि नीतीश जी का सरकार बनने वाला है।
का लग रहा है?
यस सर।
अच्छा, तो उनके बारे में सबसे क्या पसंद है आपको, सबसे बड़ी बात?
उसने काम किया है कि कम से कम जैसा काम करना था जैसा कर दिए।
काम अच्छा किया है।
काम किए हैं।
In villages like this one across Bihar, there seems to be agreement over one thing, that Nitish Kumar has done good work as Chief Minister. To that extent, the anti-incumbency factor isn't a factor at all in this election. What there is less agreement on, however, is whether Nitish coming together with his once sworn enemy, Lalu Prasad Yadav, is something that will hurt him or help him. Outside a village temple in Fatwa district, we meet an old truck driver. Rajendra Prasad Patel tells us he's always voted for Nitish Kumar, but he will not be doing so this time. Nitish's alliance with Lalu Prasad Yadav, he says, is unacceptable to him. The memories of crime, disorder, corruption from the years when Lalu Prasad was at the helm are still fresh for many Biharis, he argues.
अच्छा, तो चुनावी गर्मी पड़ गई है, तो आपको क्या लगता है किसका कौन जीतेगा?
चुनावी गर्मी में हमारे बिहार का, पूरे बिहार का जनता का ये मोनोपोली बना हुआ था कि दिल्ली में रखो मोदी के, आप बिहार में रखो नीतीश के।
अच्छा,
जब नीतीश बाबू अपनी पार्टी छोड़ दी,
बीजेपी को छोड़ दी,
नहीं अपना जो तीर मार्का था इसको छोड़ी, लालू बाबू सोनिया के साथ संगठन की, तो मियाँ जी कन जाते हैं तो मियाँ जी का टोपी पहन लेते हैं, हिंदू के यहाँ जाते हैं तो हिंदू जी की पगड़ी बांध लेते हैं। अर्थात बिहार की जनता कह रही है कि दोनों पर कोई भरोसा नहीं है।
तो आप कह रहे हैं, आपको दो बात से नाराजगी है, एक कि नीतीश बाबू ने कुर्सी छोड़ी और दूसरा कि वो लालू जी के साथ मिल गए। इसमें क्यों नाराजगी है आपको?
इसमें नाराजगी है कि उनका प्रशासन में जंगल राज हो गया था। हम लोग 2 किलोमीटर वहाँ से अपने घर पर नहीं जाते थे बेला डूब जाने के बाद। छीन छोर मार पीट।
It's no surprise then that the most potent weapon in the BJP's armour are reserved to attack not Nitish but Lalu Prasad Yadav. The BJP tried hard to dent Lalu Yadav's hold over his caste community, which makes up 14% of the state, by attacking him for his comment that some Hindus eat beef.
ये 3 पार्टनर थे ये तो पता था, लेकिन उनको ढूंढ ढांड करके अगर कविता की पैरोडी करने का मन कर गया तो भी 3 इडियट वाला कर गया, 3 इडियट वाला कर गया।
But when we visit a Yadav village, the support for Lalu Prasad is unshakable, even aggressive. They may not have agreed with everything Lalu Prasad said, but it will not change how they vote.
यहाँ चुनावी हवा में किसकी तरफ हवा चल रही है?
वो लंटेन का
मतलब लालू जी का।
हाँ, लालू जी
का,
गठबंधन का।
अच्छा, मुझे बताइए, लालू जी स्वयं तो मुख्यमंत्री बन नहीं सकते क्योंकि कानून में उनके खिलाफ केस अब बन गया है, जी।
हाँ।
तो आप लोग नीतीश जी का समर्थन करते हैं?
हाँ, जी, पूरे।
हाँ। तो ये लोग ये भी कहते हैं कि जो जातियां हैं जो उनको सपोर्ट करती हैं, एक तरफ यादव जाति हो, दूसरी तरफ कुर्मी जाति हो, उनका कोई मेल नहीं है। आप क्या बोलेंगे?
तो हम लोग तो अब महागठबंधन का सरकार न बनाएंगे, तो वो तो सब जाति का वोट देवे करेंगे। हम
इतना उम्र हो गया, कोई भी सरकार बने तो हम लोग इतना महंगा दाल कीन के नहीं खाए।
दाल
जी, गरीब के ताके वाला मोदी जी नहीं है।
गरीब के नेता ये हैं, लालू जी।
Watching from the margins in the same village, 2 priests say that the Prime Minister is India's best leader. But they also add that cow slaughter is not an election issue.
बस वर्ल्ड में अभी इस तरह का है जो प्रधानमंत्री नहीं हुए जो कि
आप कहते हैं ऐसा कोई प्रधानमंत्री
नहीं हुए हैं। लेकिन आज है जो बिहार के लिए चमकाने के लिए मोदी जी है जो क्या नहीं कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जंगल राज है जो क्या करने जा रहा है।
आप कह रहे हैं कि अगर गठबंधन जीत गया तो जंगल राज वापस आएगा।
जरूर।
लेकिन जो लालू जी के समर्थक है जिन्होंने हमसे अभी बात की, वो तो कहते हैं वो हम तो उन्हीं के साथ हैं। आप लोग सब एक ही गांव में रहते हैं।
क्या
नहीं, गांव मांस क्या मुद्दा है? गांव मांस के खाने का यहाँ मुद्दा है?
ये है जो गांव मांस उनका है जो समाज में है जो ऊपर है जो इस चीज का है, लेकिन देहात में इस चीज का कोई अथी नहीं है।
देहात में ये मुद्दा नहीं,
रिएक्शन कुछ नहीं है।
कुछ रिएक्शन नहीं।
Beef politics may have dominated the national headlines, but not one voter we meet believes it merits the focus of politicians.
वो हो सकता है कि इलेक्शन के बाद।
Wasim, a wholesale meat trader, says that politicians trying to force a controversy out of beef eating do not understand how the rural economy works.
तो अभी यहाँ पर पूरे देश में एक चर्चा चल रही है बीफ को लेकर, गांव मांस को लेकर। तो बिहार में अभी ये क्या आपको लगता है ये मुद्दा है, चुनावी मुद्दा है?
गांव मांस का जो मुद्दा है, हिंदू लोगों गांव माता बोलती हैं उनको, वो लोग अपना पालते हैं, पूछते हैं उसको, हर चीज करते हैं। तो आप ये बताइए कि बिहार में कितने लोगों का खटाल है या गाँव अस्तबल है, वो तो मुस्लिम का नहीं है। जब ये दूध बेचते हैं, उसकी गोबर बेचते हैं, तब इनके लिए वो गांव माता रहती हैं। जब ये दूध देना बंद कर देते हैं तो ये ले आके खुद अपने से ही कसाई को बेच देते हैं, भैया 2000 दे दो या 5000 दे दो। जितना में चाहो उतना में ले लो। अब ये क्यों ले आके दे देते हैं?
ये लोगों के लिए यह मुद्दा है। इस मुद्दे को लेके क्या आपके और आपके जो हिंदू दोस्त हैं उनके बीच में कोई तनाव है?
नहीं, कोई ऐसा तनाव नहीं है।
Further ahead, dust clouds fill the skies as Nitish Kumar's chopper is about to make a landing. Nitish's style is in direct contrast to the flamboyance of the Prime Minister.
आजकल कनफुकवा घूम रहा है। कनफुकवा क्या कान फूकेगा? देखिए ना, कभी इधर हड्डी फेंक देता है, कभी उधर हड्डी फेंक देता है, कभी सुअर काट के कहीं फेंक देगा, कभी मंदिर में घुस के कोई मूर्ति को नुकसान पहुंचा देगा। कर लो झगड़ा, लड़ो मरो कटो। तुम हाथ जोड़कर प्रार्थना करते हैं इन लोगों के चक्कर में मत पड़िएगा, कनफुकवा के। अब प्रेम और सद्भाव का जो वातावरण बिहार का है इसको बनाए रखिएगा। सद्भाव का ये वातावरण रहेगा, दुनिया की कोई ताकत बिहार को आगे बढ़ने से नहीं रोक सकती।
The slogans of support at this rally are going out for three parties: Nitish Kumar's Janata Dal United, Lalu Prasad Yadav's RJD, and of course the Congress party. But the Congress is no factor in these elections at all. This alliance is really about two men, Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad Yadav. And the fact that their alliance has held is in fact a remarkable political achievement. In some ways, in fact, a defiance of political egos. If you think of the fact that both of these men have in the past used words like poison and snake for each other. Now, in an election that is increasingly personality-centric, the Mahagathbandhan is hoping that the personal popularity of Nitish Kumar, even after 9 years, and the clever arithmetic of Lalu Prasad Yadav, especially his strong Yadav community base, will give the Mahagathbandhan the winning formula. After the Lok Sabha elections, Nitish Kumar cannot afford another loss. After the Delhi defeat, another campaign fronted personally with the Prime Minister and his cabinet, the BJP too cannot risk defeat without it being seen as a loss of face for the Prime Minister and the top leadership. Either way, what happens on the 8th of November will have consequences that go well beyond Patna.
नीतीश के नेतृत्व में यहाँ सरकार बनना तय है, वो तो है ही। हम दिल्ली को ढाएंगे।
With Manoj Thakur, Manjunath, Juhi Tyagi, Prafulla Mishra and Numan Siddiqui, Barkha Dutt for NDTV.